we were very clear with the colors. I had documents on color, that I shared with all HODs. I had documents on costume, documents on production design, everything that needs to be seen, we have documents on. And we drew a progression line and say at this point in the story, this is what each character is feeling, how they are in the story, and this is what the environment they inhabit is going to look like. Is it take Vic's journey, and take Paul's journey. Paul, at the beginning of the story, always wore gray. His clothes were 2 sizes up. His shirt was 2 sizes up. His pants were slightly bigger. He wore sandals. Why? And his hair was grown. He wasn't cultured. You had to take power out of him. He has to look unthreatening. Just an average guy. Now, you see, he rolled up his sleeve and it hung on him. His shirt hung on him. It's to tell that this man is not, he's hiding in plain sight. He designed himself to look unassuming, unthreatening. And in many ways, he believed in the hype he had built for himself. You do that and took power away from him. Gray is a very neutral color. Gray is not powerful. Black is powerful. White is resplendent. But gray is. And so that's what, and then he existed in spaces that were largely gray. That means, like, he's not standing out. Now you see the scene where Vic meets Paul. Everything was gray. The exterior was gray. The set was gray, punctuated by coffins that were colored, so you can see the coffins, but everything else was gray. Paul is wearing gray on gray in this gray streets, and which is one of the reasons we shot in Hammertown. So Vic comes into that scene, bright red hair, pink blazer, brown shirt underneath. What does that do? She is at this point a person who has not seen life. Life hasn't pointed her very well. She is colorful in that scene. She is without a care. But as this character's journey, as Paul starts his journey of looking for justice and going back to the person that he was, you see the young guy, young Paul, he was like muscular, wore tight clothes. You have to take this old man back to that person. And so remember that this guy had worked out for and built some muscle and stuff. So if you say this man is not powerful, he's just a deacon, and he wore short sleeves and you saw muscle, would you believe that? No, you also have to hide this from the audience. So he wore the things that made sure that he hit that character. But as he progressed into becoming his own self, he started shrinking the clothes he was wearing until he was wearing a size lower. Right? By the time he got to Kaduna, his shirt was pretty tight. And you believe he's now an action hero. But he couldn't believe that the first time you met him. So it was a lot of planning to do that. Vic, on the other hand, as she progressed into the story, her life became more difficult. She got into more brown tones, muddy tones. Her hair was not as bright. By the time they got into Kaduna, her hair was like dark brown. And after the story, she has changed. Because she has changed, she's no longer wearing bright clothes. Her hair is still red, but it's no longer as red. It's more muted. And so all of that had to be planned ahead, had to be planned together with everyone, costume, DOP, production design, so that at this stage in the film, when he's X way, he's dressed a certain way, and he's sitting in a certain environment, and he's filmed a certain way.